Yeah. G'day everyone, my name's Zonda. Sorry for that way too dank moment, but yeah, today I'll be running Road Rash 64 and hopefully raising some funds for the kind folks at Game on Cancer. So let's begin. So as you can see, very old game, limited polygon count. Yeah, so first thing you want to do a run like this is we go to this menu and we enter a cheat basically to unlock the level that we're running today, which is scooter mode. So we've got for the run, we have these settings down the bottom in options. So toughest opponents, some opponents, too many cops, heavy traffic, and some pedestrians. And that's basically the max you can have of any stat. And having proof of this at the start of the run makes everything viable. And so the next screen we go to is the character select screen, and that's when the run will start. So I'll count us in 3, 2, 1, and go. And that doesn't give us much time to select our character, so we're going with Team Rocket here. And off the bat, these red gentlemen, they're kind of the most dangerous guys to outrun. As you can see, I'm stuck T-posing, nothing I can do. I'm basically a passenger there, and instantly I've died, so not the start we want. But yeah, being a combat-focused racing game, there's going to be a lot of this in scooter mode. And what I've done at the start, the line I've taken basically let me pick up a sledgehammer to fight back. Already in the blender again. This is not how we want it to go, but look, it's a bit of slapstick in my opinion, so personally I don't mind. But yeah, those red guys, they start the race with a taser that just keeps you stun locked, so if you get into a kerfuffle with them, you want to try and get them off you as quickly as possible. I was trying to get hit by that chain there just to get a slight speed boost, because that doesn't knock us off the bike. Now we're going to take a slight detour off the beaten track, because those guys following the road, they're not going to get to the finish line as fast as we are, and that's all we're concerned about with this being the speed run of Road Rash. So yeah, down this hill and then to the right, and that basically activates the finish checkpoint. You could just barely see it, and that's our first race done. So there's 8 races in total in scooter mode, and we want to mash through the menu because it auto selects the next races for us. And this one again, very difficult one. Not a lot of room sharing the track with these guys, and they want to throw hands. So I'm trying to get hit by someone with nunchucks just to get a speed boost, and instantly run into Dane again. Dane and Cormac, the thorn in my side running this game. So as you can see there, got a slight speed boost. Oh my goodness, yep. Just the passenger there. And as you can see, top left corner, that's my health bar at the very top, and we kind of want to let that recharge before we get hit by anyone again. So going to stick to the left side of the track here, hope they stay in the middle. I've got our little cattle prod out. It's a taser like Dane and Cormac have, but it has about a quarter of the stun duration. So Road Rash has kindly decided to give us basically the worst weapon in the game to deal with the most aggressive fighters in the game. So yeah, get them out of the way as quick as we can. Yeah, and you get blindside like that a lot. I'm gonna try and nurse this one just a little bit more, because the nunchucks do a lot of damage. So yeah, that guy's just gotten straight cleaned up by the car.
Yeah, he's not going to be in Road Rash 65.
Yeah, he's going to be feeling that one in the morning, let me tell you. You get a nice kick from that guy on the way out. And coming up to the end of the race here, when we do finish with other races, we do actually want to make sure that we're avoiding crashing them, because the further they are behind the pack, when everyone's finishing in a bunch like this, the longer it actually takes for the race to let you progress to the next one, because it waits for them to finish the race before you get to go to the menu, basically. So hopefully no one crashed there. usually lose about, yeah, so this one's taking a bit of a minute to finish. And that's in scooter mode. That's basically where all the time loss is at the moment in my run compared to Joe D'Amelio's. He's the current world record holder with a 14 minute 17s. Very, very world-class run if I, not to toot his horn too much, but yeah, very, very disciplined runner, Joe D'Amelio. Tase that cop for a little bit of funsies. Yeah, so what I did there was I tried to get to the middle of the track where the cop bikes usually go through, because the level's pretty unfinished, so the cop bikes are way too fast to actually even like interact with the scooters once the first one, you go past the first one. So you can actually get a slight speed boost by like getting bumped into by them. And so I think we got a slight benefit and then wrote it all, spun that guy out, and then wrote it all off immediately by crashing. So here's not the worst spot to be in because we do want to go this way anyway. So we're going to kick that guy out of the way with the nunchucks and go do a little bit of off-roading again. And thankfully, with how blocky the terrain is in Road Rash, you can use actually like crevices and tips of hills for navigation. So I'm aiming for the peak of this hill here. You can also use the clouds in the skybox because they're always the same pre-rendered clouds. And yeah, they circle the whole map basically. So we're going to align with this house on the right here, and that's the finish line up ahead. So we've done a little bit of a cheat, so the game's going to be angry at us and call us a cheater, but the name of the game is to finish the level as fast as possible, and that's exactly what we're doing.
I like how the game puts you in like 8th place until you're like back on the track. It's like, well,
yeah,
he's not on the road, so we can't be like in the proper position. It's like, oh wait, you're on the road, you're in 1st place, congratulations, good job.
Yeah, it's got a sort of, even though it's like a single like one-way race, unlike Mario Kart, you do have the key checkpoints there. So if you crash and fall off the bike and have to respawn while you're off-road, you actually do just get respawned where you were last on the actual track. So again here, trying to line up for the cop, just missed him because there's a few places he could be. Yeah, trying not to get whacked because I've got no stamina now. And that red guy is a danger zone, so I want to try and keep this bloke in the yellow and blue between me and him. And what we're going to do, we're going to cost ourselves 1 second by doing this, but I think it's worth it because these 2 pixels, they say 4 times, and now we're basically Superman in everything we do. So these guys are going to despawn once I kick them, if I can kick them. Whoop. So goodbye, Dane.
Oh, he went flying, holy cow.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and we got stunned, so that's the rest of our 4 times. Except for that. I was hoping to get Cormac too, but sometimes, yeah, you just... Not sometimes, both red guys are just... They're on your case the whole run. Yeah, so positioned myself pretty badly there. I saw I had 1 health too late. So you cost yourself a little bit of a time, but thankfully Road Rash has a really powerful rubber banding mechanic. It's actually probably the only racing game I approve of having a road... of course, yep. Suboptimal. The rubber banding mechanic, because it increases the amount of times you get to sort of interact with other racers and, you know, swing your weapons at them. At really good fun casually, I think. Like just... yeah, going, engaging in the mayhem. So coming up to race 9, if you were here last year, you might recognize this track as the last race from Insanity mode. Just because of how reset heavy race 5 is in scooter mode. We start there and loop back around, so this isn't actually the last race in the run. But you'll notice also, it takes us a little bit longer to reach the finish line here than the Insanity bikes did. So it's about It's about 18 seconds to finish the race, and that guy just off screen did a flip and landed it, so kudos to him. Yeah, so it's about a minute and a half, I think, to do this race compared to the 18 seconds of insanity. And that guy actually saved me by being behind me, because half of Road Rash's combat system is it'll just hit anyone that's nearby you, and the person directly next to you might not necessarily take that hit. So here again, trying to avoid crashing anyone, but I do want to protect myself because I don't have enough like stamina to take an unchuck. But now we're at the end of the race. Yep, everyone's stuck on the fence, and we're going to get into the probably the more shortcut heavy half of the run. So I lost a bit of time there. I was trying to spin Dane out just to get him out of the way early. And we've also got Leif there, that bold fellow with the cattle prod like mine. So 3 people with a stun weapon's not ideal to deal with, but I'm hoping this guy starts swinging the nunchuck at me so I get that slight speed boost, but he's just trying to kick me. And 2 kicks and the nunchuck becomes a 1-hit kill, so now I'm 1 shot. So I'm just going to veer off over this way. This is what Joe D'Amelio does in his record run. Takes a nice sneaky shortcut that the game's going to berate us for in the left-hand side of the screen once we rejoin the surface. And yeah, there we go. Cheating is frowned upon. Yep, I agree 100%. Don't cheat, folks.
I like how driving through the wilderness is cheating, but whacking your opponent with a cattle prod or nunchucks is not.
Yeah, nah. You know, assaulting other races, that's completely fine. This game's mine.
It does just say frowned upon. It does not say forbidden, so.
Yeah, yeah. In the big game mode, because this is like the casual quick play mode. Oh my goodness, they're all here. Sorry, just trying to make sure I don't get completely ruined there. This is a very bad spot. Crash wave too. Oh, that's gonna end up in a long finish line. I got stunned there, but that's fine. It's not gonna affect the finish because those guys that got crashed are gonna add a few seconds to the end of the race. But yeah, what I was saying was in the big game, it's like this game's campaign mode. You race through like level 1 to 5, where the bikes get progressively faster. You can actually, your bike will come to a stop and it'll just not let you finish the race if you do too big of a cheat. And recently the speedruns actually found a way around that. So what I tried to do just there was the colon strat of going down that hill, and I made an absolute porridge of it. So we crashed and lost a few seconds, but still did it right enough because that group of pedestrians spawned in 3s. The game glitches out the pedestrian spawns when you take big shortcuts like that. But yeah, they've discovered that by driving right alongside the surface of the road as you rejoin it and then crashing, it'll respawn you on the road without any penalty. Whereas if you just tried to rejoin it like straight up in big game mode, it'll yeah, grind your bike to a halt, and that was almost very bad. And it'll say that you were wrecked, so you have to pay a big fee to get your bike repaired. And you can actually get busted too, and that's a big fee in big game mode. So what I've done here is I'm just sneaking off to go a completely different route down the hill and across some grass. We aligned the stop sign with about the 3rd section of the roof on that slanted one. Yeah, and then from here, basically that's just gonna position ourselves to finish the race right as we cross the threshold of the building. A little bit slow, but we've already lost a lot of time, so I'm not expecting any any magical numbers, especially with how long these race ends are taking. So now we're coming up to the this is the final race of the run. Got about 30 seconds. If you want to say anything, give any shout outs.
We do have a $50 anonymous donation. Thank you all so much. We're doing fantastically. $11,000 raised for Game on Cancer so far in just one day of PAX Australia. We still have 2 more days full of incredible speed runs, so don't go anywhere.
Thanks heaps, Anonymous, for the $50. Every dollar counts. And yeah, having had my own experience with cancer this year and chemo, you wouldn't pick it up from my hair, but relative to cancer, I think my experience was dipping my toes in the kiddie pool in context of a vast ocean of what it can be, and I think that's more than enough for me personally. Yeah, no, it's everyone going through it like it's a really rough time. Need all the support you can get, and come up on time. That's time there. Sorry, got lost in that quick little tangent.
No, you're all good.
Yeah, so big shout outs to Game on Cancer, and yeah, thanks everyone for having me do this run. Can I get a quick time check there?
That was a 14:45.
14:45. I'll take it. Yeah, my PB's 14:26, but yeah, really hard to get a top tier run going in this category.
That is darn close for a marathon run. Let's give it one more round of applause for our incredible Road Rash 64 runner, Zonda. Don't go anywhere. We have Snowboard Kids by Ariana Fan 420 coming up in just a little bit. So while we're getting set up for this Snowboard Kids run, I do want to give you just a little bit of an update on what the schedule is for coming up. We have Snowboard Kids, followed by Here Comes Nico. Then we got some lovely Hollow Knight action, followed by some Super Monkey Ball. Super Monkey Ball is notable because it is our next incentive. You're allowed to choose the language. If you just want to go ahead and put a comment with your donation for what that is, we'll go ahead and get those updated. But currently we have Spanish with $5 and Italian with $4. So very cheap. Get that donation in to choose the language in Super Monkey Ball. Again, all of your generous donations are going to raise money for Game On Cancer, which is a charity organization that funds early career cancer researchers who are working across every avenue of cancer research. Everybody has had someone in their life who's been affected by cancer in some way, whether it's yourself, a parent, a loved one. So very near and dear cause. Excellent charity. We've been working with them for years. Super happy to do so. If you'd like to donate, go to donate.ausspeedruns.com. Alrighty. Oh, can y'all hear me? Okay. Yeah, I hear ya. Yep. I hear y'all. Oh, okay. Can you hear me? All right. Alrighty, PAX Australia, we are about to start our Snowboard Kids 2 run by Ariana Fan. Ariana Fan, go ahead and take it away.